Just the final checks, and we have a countdown, ladies and gentlemen. The 2v2 is starting. Now, keep in mind, this is match point, as far as I know, if memory serves, and I don't have an Alzheimer, for LowLandLions. Yeah. So, if they win this, they got it.
Yeah, I think back in Brood War, I remember that Zerg was almost a requirement to have in the 2v2, because then 2v2 was played a lot more competitively. So I'm very curious to see as to how the Protoss Terran composition is going to go, and I honestly expect them to really have a thought-out plan for this.
All right, so in the top we do have the green Protoss player from LowLandLions. It is going to go ahead and be Melee. His partner, of course, vertically, I always confuse those two directions. No, this is horizontally, what am I doing? Yeah. It is going to be the Purple Terran traditional.
And their opponents from Team Mythology. In the bottom right, we have the red Zerg. It's Amanda. Clearly having a few more fans, I'm not sure why. But he also has his own teammate, the yellow Terran in the bottom left from Team Mythology. It's Nathan.
And I can already see that there is quite a lot of Mythology fans here in the hall. Mythology fans, speak up. How many of you are here, actually? The whole back row. Shout out to you guys for supporting your home team. You're awesome. So we see the first scouts going out in the game. Wow. Mythology scouting both ways. Amanda using his overlords and Nathan using the SCVs. I actually know Nathan. He's a very hard-working player, so I really hope that their 2v2 right here goes well. And we have the first pause of the game. Stuff like this happens.
Yeah, interesting thing to note. Every single player has taken their first gas already.
Yeah.
So I don't expect too much of a macro play from any of these. Very likely there will be a Reaper opener from either of these two Terran players. Actually, I think the Zerg, yeah, he took his gas before his spawning pool, so that really looks like a quick, speedling timing, trying to gain map control as quick as possible and be able to fight off any Reapers that are on the map.
Yeah, of course, we do have gases for all the players, so as you said correctly, not a really long-term game, although it can be just a preventive measure, to have that gas, to have that tech option open to yourself, just in case your opponent decides to be overly aggressive. And, in the case of a Protoss, you really need those sentries. In the case of the Terran, well, maybe Reapers might be good to scout because they're fast and hard to deny. There's a lot of cliffs on this map. Or maybe you just want to have Stim all that faster just to stay safe.
You see actually the first Reaper already almost popping out here for traditional in the top left out of his barracks. Looks like he's going to chase that drone away. This drone seemingly blocking the gas. I think that's what he's... No, he's not. Okay. He was just sitting there being mauled to death by an SCV who has now racked up his first kill. And this means that the Reaper has not yet been spotted, and it's directly making its way across to Nathan's base. But he's got two Marines there right there ready to catch it. Oh, this Reaper taking a lot of damage.
They're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. The Reaper is too fast. It is getting away. He's getting a full scout onto the base. That's basically what he wanted. If he can get SCV kills!
Oh, Reaper almost gets picked off. Not a good idea to harass there. Marines giving chase, and I think he's just barely going to make it out. And he's going to regen his HP quite quickly thanks to the new Heart of the Swarm combat drugs upgrade. Lynx are actually trying to give chase, and let's see what this Reaper is going to be up to. He actually gets a good scout on the hatchery, and he should be able to scout that there's speedling on the way as well.
Yeah, he's going to scout the speed. He is not going to know the timing exactly, but judging just by the gases not being mined at this point, he should know that that was a fairly early speed. Second Reaper joining the fight right now. Speed is going to finish fairly closely here. And if we look at what the players are actually going for, we look Amanda just going for a speedling defense here, going to try to control the map a little bit. Reapers continuing the harass, of course. Then we'll have Nathan. He's already getting Hellions moving into the starports. And Mela is getting a Stargate as well.
Nice position here with the Lynx trying to get surrounded on the Reapers, but they do manage to hop up and down, and this one actually... Nah, it's not going to get away. These Lynx are just too fast, it seems. No, he gets strapped up against the wall and gets killed off. But doing quite a bit of damage here. Overlord for Amanda at the top right actually looks like it might get picked off. It's very low on health already, taking quite a lot of damage per shot. 20, one more shot, and it goes down. Just another small kill here. And we have an Oracle on the way out of the Stargate actually for Mela.
Yeah, and immediately going over to robotic facility.
Very
So
interesting.
this is a really quick transition. Of course, with that Oracle, there's potential for quite a lot of SCV/drone kills, but we do have a drop from Nathan, loading up 8 full Marines. The natural from Mel is under attack again. Don't know if he'll be able or they will be able to hold on to that. Looks like they will with the Stalker and help of that Mothership Core. The drop is getting. Oh, this is an elevator play.
Drop. Very big move here by Nathan, but it's going to get spotted, and it looks like the Thermal's going to get this Widowmine buried just in time. And how is he going to defend it? Because he's behind on units to defend this. He might have to play SCVs, but it's not a good idea to do that against Hellions, because their area effect damage will just melt all of these SCVs, and he's
You'll
pulling them back
have to
for
try
now.
to defend using those Widow Mines as well. Reactor no doubt will go down here. The mine is brewing, but not in time. Will never get a shot off. Nathan's still keeping this alive. Meanwhile, the Oracle has gathered only 5 kills for melee. So it looks like LowLandLions are totally not being as efficient as they would like to be, and they're crumbling under the pressure that Mythology is putting on them just a little bit here. I'm quite surprised, honestly, but big fan of Mythology, so go.
Wow, lots of SCVs killed there by Nathan with a very efficient harass in that elevator drop. So much stuff happening on the map. I couldn't really keep up with it, and I think it's very clearly that Traditional here was the macro player for LowLandLions, but this harass is, it's nipped him in the butt almost.
Well, another run for the Oracles here. One of those goes down. The second one will get killed as well. So not very much done there, and you can already see that Mel, well, he's moving into Phoenix production for a little bit, and since he does have the Robo already down, he's getting a Robo Bay. It seems to me like they don't have a very well thought out game plan, or maybe they had, but Mythology just managed to shut everything down so efficiently that it almost looks like LowLandLions team is improvising more than following a set plan at this point in time.
Well, of course, Mele is the one with the heavy supply lead at this point. And
Yeah.
he has got his second base well established. And looking at income, it looks like LowLandLions is pretty much in the lead when it comes to the actual income. So they're looking pretty solid, if you ask me. And we see a bit of a move out here from Mele, and he can afford to because he's got a Mothership Core, and he can just really recall out if he ever gets in. Gets in trouble. And well, the work account also says a lot. We have a lot of probes here for Mele who never got harassed seriously.
It does, but at the same time, Mythology Amanda's third base is completed, and with 3 hatcheries as a Zerg, you can saturate the base rather quickly. The problem is that right now LowLandLions are putting the hurt back on Mythology. You killed our workers, we're gonna kill yours, and you already have less of them. A drop in the main of Traditional, but that's been taken care of. Only 3 Marines remaining, and they're gonna get shut down hard here, not even giving that Widow Mine a chance.
Yeah, that drop got completely shut down here by Traditional with the well-placed turret. Really something you cannot afford to leave. Just ignore in a team game like this, because there will be Widow Mines, there might be DTs, there might be Oracles. I'm surprised we haven't seen any DTs so far, actually, but interesting to mention is that we do have thermal lance on the way for Mele, which is going to give him a very scary army along with the siege tanks, which Traditional is making.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, why do they have Phoenixes in their composition? Is it to shut down drops? I mean, of
killed
course,
a lot of Overlords.
Yeah, they killed a lot of Overlords. So basically, Mythology at this point are playing blindly. And right now, LowLandLions strike back, similar to Empire in the Jedi series. A drop in Nathan's main base forces the SCVs to be pulled, but at the same time, Nathan is thinking of sending out 2 medevacs out. No, he's reconsidering and pulling those back, I think. So,
nice scan.
Nice
Spots the
scan,
medevac.
getting that siege tank.
And he's unloading straight away because he has to save his third base, actually, taking a lot of fire from this Marine medevac drop. Hydra's actually from Amanda move additional is going to have to pick off and boost away.
So it looks like it's up to Mythology right now to keep defending and try to stabilize themselves. Let's see at the unit composition for both of these players. Well, if we look at the Mythology side, we do have just Marine tank medevac, which is completely fine, and I have nothing against that. But on the Zerg side, the composition is a little bit lacking compared to what their opponents are getting, because there is no straight-up counter to Colossi. There's a lot of Hydras that are weak versus them. There are Lings that are weak versus them. So not the exactly right composition you want to be getting. They will have to rely on overwhelming numbers to overpower the composition that LowLandLions are getting.
The economic advantage is incredibly huge here for LowLandLions. The Terran player, Nathan, only has 27 SCVs at this point, and he might even lose this orbital command. If he does,
will.
That's going to be even huge. Looks like, yeah, Traditional is going to try. No, he steps forward.
Is he going to target it down? He's not targeting it down. He's preferring to save the lives of his troops. So getting the hell out of there.
But still, you know, the damage has been inflicted.
Oh my goodness. Thanks to the heavy harassment that Nathan received throughout the course of the game, look at the production tab.
Yeah.
Just now, Stim queued up.
Oh my god.
That's not looking good. Nathan has to rely a little bit more on his teammate to keep him into the game. A pack of Phoenixes, or a flock rather,
so
decided to kill themselves some drones, and Overlords, they may very well do so. There's only one Spore, so they could have gone and killed something.
LowLandLions are in a dominating lead at this point.
They are.
Unit control, they have map control, they have worker lead. It's just huge. And I would not be surprised to see a nice move out coming from them, because what can Mythology do against this heavy Colossus army backed up by the tanks from Traditional? They both have a very nice army composition, their upgrades are looking great. You know, they're in such a big lead, and they've looked, once again another drop here all the way to the left side of the maze, taking out a lot of SCVs, mules, and Stalker's now moving forward, gonna take out this tank.
And now the Protoss army shows its face. Nice force fields, keeping this army completely safe. This commander center will go down this time for sure, along with a lot of SCVs, and with this combined attack, taking out that base, I think LowLandLions are going to be just fine trying to take another base.
He actually recalls to his Nexus just to be sure to defend properly. Yeah, even the medevac drop from Traditional in the main of course Nathan was doing a bit of damage. He's almost down though, but it's going to spot the fact that Amanda is only now taking the gold, whereas Mele's head is up for quite a while now. He's almost mined 1/3 of all of the minerals there.
Well, there is one thing, you know, if you take bases later, that means your opponent has mined more minerals, so if you actually have the army to defend that and make good trades, you can kind of even it out. But that takes a long time, and we have, oh my god, that's such a huge army in the center.
This is it, they decided they cannot afford to fall back any further. They're gonna all in, and this is exactly what LowLandLions wants. They have great area of effect, long range defense in these tanks, in these Colossi. How do we even engage this? Oh, we actually have Swarm hosts? How did I miss those?
Huge Doom drop, trying to go into Traditional space, but no, he is ready for it, shutting this down hard. And right now, we have a bunch of Swarm hosts, a huge infantry army supported by tanks trying to wither down the defenses of LowLandLions. Meanwhile, a counter drop inside Amanda's base, not really getting taken care of, not that many anti-air, but with those Hydras he should be fine as long as he follows the route of that medevac. Phoenix is going to try to get into the action as well, trying to go from behind to get at the Swarmos, and they might actually be successful. No, being warded away by the Marines. This is a really tense situation here.
Wow, so nice pickoffs here with the Phoenix, just totally establishing, you know, his dominance here in the air. I'm not sure what that supply depot is for. Oh wait, Nathan is supply block heavily, so maybe that's one. More Hydras being picked off. Phoenix is just trying to scour out anything they can. The drops from Traditional, just killing everything left and right, where the army of Amanda...
Oh, that's going to be so painful! He lost so many medevacs there, 2 or 3 went down. The drop for Traditional is still alive, doing tremendous amounts of damage, and I think this is it for, or very closely to it, for Mythology. They have to make or break, basically, this game right now. Either they win or they are out.
Yeah, and it's looking very dire for both of them, you know. LowLandLions is in such a good position. They're holding back, completely defensive, while they're doing so much damage with their drops. The third hatchery for Amanda has just fallen. And you know, his economy is completely in shambles. Looking at the income tab, it seems that Nathan almost has no economy to speak of. You know, he has 18 harvesters, which are actually with his army, and he's gonna go. Here comes the army of Vanilla and Mythology, but they're absolutely getting squashed by this Bio-Colossus army of LowLandLions. And here we go.
Manor Nexus is going down
There
as
come the
well.
Manor next side. GG, well played. LowLandLions takes down Mythology here very quickly in a very decisive 2v2. Good luck. GG, well played.
3-0, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to LowLandLions. Very convincing win moving forward today.